Hi everyone, just a quick clip. I was just thinking recently, if I want to know who the establishment are against, all I have to do is put the radio on. Put Radio 4 on, that's the best, or watch the BBC News. And whoever the person is that they're against, the propaganda of lying machine will be in full flow. And at the moment it's Theresa May. So then I asked myself, why are they desperate to get her out, the establishment, the elite? And it's very obvious. It's because she's no longer towing the party line. She wants to support the British people who voted for Brexit, so she wants to get out of the single market. And the elite do not want to get out of the single market because that buggers their plans up. It buggers their fucking New World agenda up, New World Order agenda. So they've got to get her out by any means possible. So the slandering is... what makes me laugh, it's just so laughable. When Cameron was in, he didn't really get a majority government. He had to unite with another party. Not a lot was said about it, no big deal. But there's such a big deal that May's had to unite with his other party. Everything is Theresa May's fault on the radio, TV, the media, absolutely everything. From Grenfell to the wage caps, absolutely everything. Now this cap on wages for the nurses and all that was put on when Cameron was in. There wasn't a big deal about it then. There was no marches. There's no marches all over the place saying, get the Tories out, get Cameron out. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. When all these thousands of people committed suicide over the benefit cuts, there was no marches. There was no get Cameron out. It was nothing. The media was all hush hush about all of it. And why is that? Why was Cameron never painted in a negative light? Because he is part of the elite agenda. So they leave him alone. The media leave him alone. There's no marches funded. It's all quiet. But they're desperate to get Theresa May out by any means possible, lying about her whenever they can, blaming her for everything, as if she put the cap on the wages. The cap went on before she came into power. But there's no marches. What I notice about these marches as well is that it's always the same type of groups of people. They all cover themselves, their faces up. If they were so, proud of what they were doing, why did they cover their faces up? These marches are very organised, and they're funded probably by George Soros, the elitist sick bastard, but they're all funded and a lot of thought goes into it. And all these marches are to make you believe that everybody wants this. Everybody wants what the elite wants. And after time, you go onto YouTube and you go and interview these people that go on these protests. Half of them don't even know what they're fucking talking about. So it's all one big setup. They've got to get her out and get Corbyn in. They need somebody to follow through their Illuminati elite agenda. They've got to stay in the single market. They've got to keep pushing mass immigration on us to destroy cultures in society. They've got to do it. That's my view. Now the other thing I want to talk about regarding the Illuminati, look it up people, Illuminati, elite, rich families. One of them is the Rothschilds. Is that everything they do is to corrupt and destroy. So did you know that the Despicable Me cartoons, if you look quickly on the film, it'll say Illumination, but it's actually made by the Illuminati, the Despicable Me. So I then investigated the actual Despicable Me films, and I knew they were for children, so they must be something made to corrupt the minds of kids. And what do I see? Despicable Me is all about giving the wrong message to kids. Violence. One of the writings under one of the films on the billboards was, it's better to be bad than good. That message to the kids. Violence, you know, making unacceptable things acceptable, making kids think it's okay to be like this. Nobody seems to be awake. And that's past. The Illuminati are everywhere. Those stupid minion toys that you see, those yellow toys that all the parents have, with they're on packed lunch boxes, their toy with one eye. That's the Illuminati. They laugh. The Illuminati laugh at the people because they're staring you right in the face and you don't even know what they're bloody doing. They control absolutely everything. They're the dark force behind all this shit that's going on in the world. They control the EU to promote mass immigration, to destroy society. They control the banks. They control the Bank of England. They control the cancer industry. The Rothschilds do. And they make sure nobody finds a cure. They control the music industry, the media, to brainwash all these idiots that believe what they're told. Stop you thinking for yourself. They control the establishment, therefore they control the police. You know, which is why the police side with the Muslims. Because they've got to further their agenda. They have to have Muslim extremists taking over the country, taking over the world. They have to destroy society. They have to break down society. They have to destroy your identity, who you are, everything. They have to cause this separation so they can take over. I mean, you know, the media never report the truth. They never show the destruction of mass immigration. Look at Paris. Hundreds of Muslims in the streets, blocking up the streets, praying, taking over. There's nothing wrong with any culture, any religion. It's when it's forced upon you and it becomes the dominant force that allows for no other. It's like the Germans, like the German army. That's what they did. The Nazis, they took over and forced their ideology onto everyone. And that's what Muslim extremism is about. Forcing your ideology onto others. There's so much going on, people. So much that's wrong. I can't bear it, what's happening. I really, really see, the more I wake up, the more I wake up. They've got to get May out. So that's what they're trying to do. Look what they do to Tommy Robinson. You can beat Tommy Robinson up, nothing will happen to you. The police harass him constantly, drive him, you know, try to get him, shut him up. All he does is speak the truth.